Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening. So, let me greetings to all of you. Greetings to all of our viewers in joining us YouTube online. My name is Ovachara Dewi. I'm an assessor and also reviewers. Wait. I just did one.
What happened? Okay. But we're not screening now, or?
Sorry. My kids just arrived in time. Yes, I locked the door actually. So, yeah. So again, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evenings and greetings to all of you. Greetings to all of you who are online on YouTube UI Green Matic live streaming. So my name is Opa Chandra Dewi. I'm an assessor and also reviewer in the UI Green Matic. I will be the moderator for today's sessions. Yeah. So we have here our very honored guest, Miss Erna Matters. But before we come to the discussions, let me share something about this project itself. Yeah, about our Voice for Sustainability. So, welcome to the first episode of our Voice of Sustainability, the premier online YouTube podcast presented by UI Green Metric, exclusively featuring an in-depth discussions on the best practices of UI Green Metric University members. Today's theme is Sustainable Campus 2024, a strategic roadmap for a greener futures. That's why we are really feeling honored to have this Wageningen University as the Sustainable Campus 2023. Yeah. So let me introduce about the UI Green Metric itself. UI Green Metric is a global university ranking systems that assesses the environmental friendliness of campuses and their commitment to sustainability. Launched by Universitas Indonesia in 2010, and it sets a standard for university worldwide in their environmental contributions. Our network has grown to include over 1,183 universities from 84 countries. Notably, we expanded last year to include cities and regions through the UI's Green City Metrics rankings. UI Green City Metric is dedicated to encouraging universities globally to achieve sustainable campuses. To fulfill this commitment, we collaborate with the universities, of course, conducting national workshops on campuses efforts. For students, we also offer online courses, sustainability, and organize international student leaders. So, for our audience today, if your university or cities has participated in UI Green Metric, please join us. Yeah, you can also have the information in greenmetric.ui.ac.id. So this is the event. Yeah. Sorry, Miss Erna, to keep you wait. We are honored to have the esteemed speakers from Wageningen University and Research, the recipients of Most Sustainable University Award in the 2023 University Indonesia Green Metric Rankings or UI Green Metric Rankings. Please welcome Miss Erna Matters, Policy CSR, who will share the best practices of her university. So let me brief a short profile of you, Ms. Erna. Erna Matters is a policy officer in social responsibility at Wageningen University and Research, or WUR, in the Facility Service Department. An alumna of Wageningen University, a Master of Science of Rural Sociology. She returned to the WUR to work in the areas of environmental care, safety, and occupational health. So please welcome. We are delighted to have you today. So, Ms. Erna, how are you?
I'm fine. Well, thank you for the invitation to join your session.
Yeah.
I'm very honored, of course.
How's the weather today?
Oh, it's very windy over here.
Very
And the
windy.
sun is shining a little bit, but it's a little bit of a storm. It's winter in the Netherlands.
So okay. So stay safe
I
and
will.
still get warm.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Anna, before we have the discussions, because here I have like prepared 5 questions
Mhm.
for you. No, not 5, but 50. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, 5 questions. We will until the sun goes down again. Yeah, but the questions is maybe you need maybe you have a little bit introductions for us before we start the discussions, please, Miss Erna,
An introduction on
about your university, about the efforts, or things so on, this kind of things.
Yeah,
Just
well,
to
I'm
get
from
us.
Wageningen University and research, and as you told, I'm working on social responsibility, but also on sustainability within our university. Our university is located in Wageningen. It's in the middle of the Netherlands. And we are quite good in the IU Green Metric ranking, and that makes us also very proud, of course. We're working hard on sustainability, but at the same time, we're just an organization as everyone, and we are coping with the same themes and problems every university has in the Netherlands, but also outside. So.
Okay, thank you so much. I mean, it's very, very prestigious positions, yeah, that your university have. So congratulations once again, yeah. So let's come to the first questions. I think a lot of university wants to hear about your experience, yeah, the university's experience. So the first question is, sorry, but the question may be a bit long, but still we can do it like slowly, yeah. Don't you want to take notes? No, I'm just kidding.
No. I prepared something, so I have something in the side. So
okay,
probably.
Thank you. Great. Yeah. So this is one from 5 questions, but we will go one by one. Yeah. What strategies can be implemented to ensure that sustainability practices are not only adopted but also embedded in the long-term culture of academic institutions, creating a lasting impact beyond the designated timeline of Sustainable Campus 2024?
Yeah, it's quite a complicated question.
I will tell to the committee then later.
I think there are various routes to adopt and embed sustainability within academic institutions. Sustainability is all about social responsibility. I'm working on that. So ensure that social responsibility is embedded in the strategy, and you can do that by expressing that social responsibility is a core goal of the university's overall strategy. This can be just a clear statement, which is easy to communicate to all stakeholders, but then you're not there, of course. You can use social responsibility as a guiding principle for choices in core activities. In this way, social responsibility is fully integrated in the whole organization. And it's important to choose an inspirational approach for social responsibility because you also have to engage staff and students and all other stakeholders. And so it's best to combine these 3 elements. And I have also some tips on what might help. So be sure to involve all your stakeholders and make use of the most important stakeholder group, and that are the students. They are our clients, or how do you call it? They pay tuition. So, and also they are our future. That are the future generation. So it's very important to also teach them about social responsibility and what they can do to have an impact in the world. Then targets and goals on sustainability and social responsibility. But you should also at least involve university staff and students in it. The ambition and targets set that you have set as a university should express all views and opinions within the entire organization. All views is difficult because we are all different and we have all different views. But it should be it should be a logical story as well. And stay very close to where your university stands for. So if you're good in agriculture, keep to agriculture as we are doing, or in the life sciences, if you're good in technological developments or in languages, you should adapt to what you're doing as a university. So focus on the sustainability topics that are close to the nature of your university and that have a link with the education and research themes that you're working on. With other words, where you can have the impact that you want, where your university accelerates. An institution will have the biggest significant impact working on the themes that they see as its core business. This also have implications for operations, for what you do yourself to make your organization work. So make use of your own expertise in operations. Also, of course, what you can use from everywhere. But in this way, you can show that you clearly practice what you preach or teach, that you are doing the things that you're also teaching or researching. And then sustainability should be important in everything your university does. So integrate sustainability in all parts of your universities. It should be one of the core values in research, education, and operations. And at the same time, be transparent, not only about the successes, but be also very honest and clear on what is hard or difficult to reach, or which targets are not reached, and explain them about it, why, and that you're working on it. Or you can also make a positive swing on something that's not really... that were my tips, I think, for how to embed social responsibility and sustainability within a university or an academic institution.
Yeah. So this is very interesting, Anna. So I got the point. Still, we are still discussing the first questions, yeah. Because you mentioned about responsibility as a core, and it's integrated in all activities, yeah, including to all new students, for example. The questions is maybe you will have, let's say, 5 to 10% who did not follow. Yeah. So what happened to them? Do you have any kind of, I don't know, not punishment, but these kind of things?
That's already, I said that not all views and opinions are the same. It's always that you have the main goals that you have, but you will always have discussions and dialogues, and that's also very important. And it's also not your target or ambitions are not fixed. You can change it. So if it's with that we working together on it, and it's always that we were not the same. We're humans, so
there should be the negative out of the 10% positive.
Well, it's not about negativity. It's about being critical and being and having dialogue. But you should also be clear on your own targets and explain why you're making certain choices. And you cannot make everyone happy. That's not
true. Okay, because that kind of statement also will relate to our second questions. Yeah. The next question is, how can university effectively measures and track progress towards their sustainability goals, and what key performance indicators should be prioritized in the assessments on campus eco-resilience by 2024?
Yeah, it's a difficult.
Should I repeat?
No, I have the question here, so I can. I thought about it, and it's hard to track progress. Or in a way, it's quite easy to do it, but to then show what you're doing and what it will contribute to your ambitions and targets is quite hard. I often get the question, "Oh, we do this in energy, we do that in water management, and but how does it all add up? And where do we stand now? If we look at the zero emission goals from the Paris Agreement, or the keeping the temperature below 1.5 or 2 degrees. Where are we then? It's very hard to then show, okay, we're here now, and if we do this, we will be there in 2050, which is it's hard for us, for humans. It's hard to have to grasp that but how can you track progress? I did think about it. You have to set the right goals. And as the sustainability strategy should fit the institution's nature, so these goals should be close to the core activities of the institution. If you're great in energy efficiency, then it's quite logical, I think. Or we are great in life sciences and agriculture, then we can contribute on that. But how do you keep track? So goals should be ambitious, but at the same time also realistic. But you can have a goal that you cannot, it's hard to reach, but then you have to explain all the time that you're not reaching your goal. So also look very well at how realistic the goals are. Some goals are really, we have to do that because of legislation or like the Paris Agreement. But yeah, be also realistic in what you want, in what you can do. And that it should be something that you are working on already.
Okay. So, Ms. Erna, again, I also definitely agree to the set of the goal. It should be ambitious, but should be realistic, right? You also mentioned that we have different departments. Also, we have different levels of understanding. Yeah, but we need to start at the same point. For example, maybe you can give us a tip. Yeah, what are the common languages for understanding the kind of sustainability for us?
That's difficult. I don't know. What we are doing at the moment now is, I don't know if you mean that we try to put everything in one thing that we can measure, and that's greenhouse gas emissions. So we try. Do you mean that, or do you?
Yeah. It's correct. Yeah, perfect.
So what I was trying to say, that you have to prioritize key performance indicators that fit with your goals, that is suitable for what you're doing. Of course, in operations, but also in education and research. I don't know. So we use the greenhouse gas emissions to follow or to track on certain topics, but that will not cover all. So you have some to think of other ways of measuring. Maybe it's important to say that we are now working at on a new strategic plan, and that we are aiming at making sustainability a good part of it in all aspects. So in education, in research, and in operations. We are in the middle of the preparations. If I only look at operations, because I'm working at the facility services department, I'm working on the operations. So for me, that's the easiest way of telling about it. And so when we're looking at the green sustainability aspects, we are going to propose 3 main topics, and that are also linked to our own research topics and education topics, but also to the big global challenges, or the big global questions that we see. And these are climate change, resource use, and it's a link with circularity. And the third one is biodiversity. So that are now the 3 topics that we see. And that will be the backbone of our policies for operations. And these are very close to the research and education topics that we are working on. And we will choose the KPIs that are in line with that, and things that we can measure. So we're already measuring our CO2 carbon footprint, or the greenhouse gas inventory since 2010. But what we notice now, that it's not complete, that we have to add things to it and then of course, if you add more emissions, it will be more carbon emissions. But so when I can try to explain it a little bit, but we are now thinking of using the science-based targets approach for our greenhouse gas footprint. And we discovered that by including all Scope 3 emissions that are relevant for us, we are going to double our carbon footprint. So the Scope 1 and 2 is half of what so that means that we are going to improve our registrations on up and downstream emissions within the scope 3. So next to air travel, commute of staff and students, and waste generation, what we already did in our footprint. It means also that, and that's the biggest part, is about the emissions of everything we buy. So goods, resources, but also services. So we will include the total supply chain. And the science-based target approach is SBT in short. For the carbon footprint can also be used for our biodiversity or ecological footprint, because we noticed, and that's due to a study that Oxford University did. They had an article about it, and it was really insightful, that this mainly also overlaps, so that the carbon footprint overlaps with what you can do with what is the footprint of what of biodiversity or your ecological footprint. So these overlap, as most negative impact on biodiversity is coming from everything we buy, goods and services. So it's clearly linked to the supply chain, and so that gives us a chance to it will help us to indicate on what areas we can work, but at the same time working on improving the supply chain. Not only and because we are a research institution and very good in education, it means also that we, if we do it ourselves, that we also can work together with research and education on improving the supply chain. So having even a greater impact than our own. I hope it's a bit clear. It's a long story.
I follow you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, from our side, actually, Ms. Erna, from the UI Green Matrix side, to see how Wageningen University has completed all of these efforts into this sustainable campus and put everything on the curriculum base, and it is optimally practices. Yeah, you mentioned here about the research and education, biodiversity, ecological footprint, and all matters in the supply chains. So we look forward for your new strategic development. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have to add to that, because you say that we do it all, but it's huge, and even if you are the most green university according to the Green Metric, at least, then. What was I going to tell? Then you cannot do it all. We also have still things that we know that's not that sustainable, that we want to improve. And what I said earlier about the students' involvement, usually the students are the critical that keep us sharp, and will say, "Oh, you say you're the greenest university, but keep in mind also to that you that and that you can do even better." So it's it's never stopping. It will never stop.
It will always move. Yeah. Yeah, because to be on that part, there will be the third questions, Ms. Erna. Mm-hmm. So this is again to bring you the tips on how can academic institutions effectively integrate sustainability into their curriculum to empower students with the knowledge and skills necessary for greener future.
Yeah, for me, it's a difficult one because I'm not working in education, but I think basically it can be done by having an integrated strategy, as I discussed before. This means that ambitions on sustainability are already part of education and curriculum development. And we have, of course, a lot of sustainability topics. We think of climate, biodiversity, food. You mentioned it, agriculture and things like that. But also other specific skills are important. Think of critical reflection, putting sustainability aspects in perspective, entrepreneurship, working in an intercultural setting, interdisciplinary, and some are also very practical. How do you become a responsible scientist, or how do you work sustainably in a laboratorium or lab environment? And what we also see in the last years that we have to put some emphasis on coping strategies. What I mean is the care of the mental health of students, which also should be part of the curriculum of what you teach your students. So involve students in curriculum, it's a difficult word, development. And students are the most critical stakeholder group, as I mentioned already, and it's a very special one. They are part of our institutions, but in a special role. Basically, they are our clients, they are paying tuition. So at the same time, students expect from their institution that good education is offered. And it's a responsibility we have. And this means that meaningful research is done and that teachers have to know what to teach and how to do that. And so sustainability should be part of that. And at the same time, students, when you look at students, university have the responsibility to educate the students to become more responsible citizens. But then, what is responsibility? And this will also change in time. So you have to, to follow all the developments, to keep track on the changes things like that.
Okay, but I can get the point that actually this university is also the place to learn sustainability for their own future, right? Not only about the sectors that they are dealing with. Yeah. Okay. So thank you. So we are coming to the fourth. The fourth questions. This is still related to, I think this is close related to the one that you have in your department. Considering technological advancement, what innovative solutions and green technology should be prioritized in a strategic roadmap to ensure a resilient and eco-friendly campus landscape by 2024?
Yeah, innovations are very important, of course. I'm not really on track with the technological advancements, but what I said, what we learn our students on entrepreneurship, on how to develop innovations that are contributing to sustainability. We do not only do like the classical education, but also encouraging people to create their own business on an innovation that they can work on that is mostly sustainable, and challenges also with what we're organizing challenges in which students from the university, but also from international other universities or scientists, that they work together on projects. For instance, waste, it can be everything, but these are activities that really contribute to, I think, technological advancement, because that's the start of maybe a new technology or an innovation. But I think they should be future oriented. You should think ahead and look further than your own campus. And keep in mind that most negative impacts are linked with the global supply chains, what I already mentioned in the former question. For us, the topics that we can work on, it's the same, that if you are working on technological advancements, do what you do best. So climate change, biodiversity, circularity, food systems, etc. We focus on developing innovative solutions in these fields that we do ourselves, but to also focus on interdisciplinary research, not only within your own university, but work also together with other. So we work an example is that in the Netherlands, the technical universities, there are 4 of them. We are not that big of a country, so we have in total 12 universities, and 4 are technical, including ours, and there's a collaboration of these 4 Dutch technical universities, which is really, when you look at innovations, is very important.
So, Ms. Erna, this is like a very long road, and also like very long preparations as well. Maybe do you have in mind to come at these positions for your university? How long do you need? How many years do you need to develop such consistent goals?
Yeah, we started in 2009. Well, it's only for sustainability in operations. And I think it's in the nature of our university that we work on a sustainable future. At the same time, we also critical on our own role because in the past, university also did some research. Yeah, the world is changing, so we also look back and. But at the moment, if you have a future. Working on the future, then we hope to be really make a contribution.
But I'm just curious, what will be the critical point that you decided to start? Okay, we are going toward these directions, and we will implement it in all sectors. Maybe do you have any? We didn't think about many things, but what are the key points to start actually at that time?
When we started, to make a very good
in 2009,
what is going on? Where can you use insights from research and education? What are the main topics that you have to work on? And it's not that you should not stand still, but it's changing every year. In time, it's changing the focus. So.
Okay, but just to make sure that maybe at the time there were no drought or flood or everything that you think this is the way that we need to change. Like, okay, we are going towards sustainability and we are doing it in all sectors now. Yeah.
No, it's not really. On that time, it was not really like there was not really. I don't know. It's a long time ago.
Yeah, sure.
It's not really a clear thing. But now we notice. We thought that we were doing everything already that we could, and since maybe 2-3 years, it started with Corona, and then with the COVID-19 thing, that started even before that there are more concerns about the climate, and that we thought, okay, we thought we had it in our fingers and that we were just doing the right things, and now we're like, okay, we're not finished, we should continue, and we cannot lay it back. We have to really speed up and take more actions.
So, okay, let me come to not the last questions, but I just still curious about it. How do you think the role of the leaders of the university to direct this kind of consistency, Ms. Erna?
Yeah, they're very important, of course. Well, what I said in the beginning, that the top management should be expressing that they want to be sustainable, and
but
at the same time,
so clear. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Erna. So this is the last questions, Ms. Erna. So this is in the regards of your university, and you yourself, in behalf of Wageningen University and Research here. The questions is: do you have any recommendations for other UI Green Medic members who are now developing their sustainability frameworks 2024 in achieving their sustainable future?
Well, I had one sentence that I read somewhere in something that we did write ourselves, that a future-proof sustainable university will have to lead the way in new developments in social responsibility. So universities are a very special place that really can contribute to sustainability and that we have a special role in society, and not only in most of all in educating our young ones, the students, our future generations. So we have a very important role, and sustainability must be a part of that. But summarizing from what I've told you so far, really listen to your stakeholders, all stakeholders, student, staff, but also the public, the governments, other companies. Stay always open for discussion and dialogue. There's usually not one truth. You should listen to all the opinions of people, and bring that together and try. Yeah, you cannot make everyone happy, but you can try. So stay close to where your university stands for. Don't go too far away from that. Sustainability should be important in everything your university does. So integrate sustainability in all parts of your university. It should be one of the core aspects in research, education, and operations. And be transparent about it. Celebrate successes, share best practices, but be also honest about the things that are difficult. For instance, targets that are not reached, explain them. Be fair about the practices that are not yet sustainable, because there always are. It is good to share these as well. It shows that you can also make use of it. It shows that you are working on it, and it's also you can discuss about it. You have a dialogue about it, and it will help you to continue. Last but not least, have patience. Be persistent, because making a university campus or making the world even more sustainable, it will never end. It's that's
No, it's very important though. Yeah, you're raising some recommendations, which is like saying it's like this, but slowly, but going towards to this very, very exact directions. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Erna. I think we got the point that the school is really the place for our future leaders. Yeah, they are not only studying their matters, but also about sustainability. And this is still talking about responsible for our now futures. I don't know until when. Yeah. And here I got the point that we need to be patient, but also yet to be persistent. Yeah. Let me come to the conclusions. Yeah. Ms. Erna, I don't know if we have questions from the floor, but I didn't see any chat here. But then let's come into the conclusions. Yeah, Ms. Erna. So to foster a sustainable strategy, Wageningen University and Research emphasize engaging all stakeholders within academia, ranging from university leaders to students. And here we have the top management. They are really important. Yeah. This approach entails setting ambitious yet realistic goals throughout the university organizational structure. Central to this endeavor is ensuring the objectives align with the principles of sustainability. Wageningen University also strives to cultivate responsible citizens among its students. Given to all of you in the YouTube live streams, I trust that our discussions today has provided you with new insights and aspirations. Don't forget to participate in the UI Green Metric and UI Green City Metric rankings as part of our collective journey towards sustainable futures. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channels. So, Ms. Ella, it has been a pleasure to share with you, of course, to have contact with you in this climate. It's not really, hope these discussions can warm you a bit. Yeah. So I apologize for any mistakes that may have occurred during the event. I look forward for more opportunities of such discussions in the future covering various sustainable issues. Thank you, and we do hope to see you again in the next episodes. Thank you so much, Erna.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Greetings
Bye-bye.
for the family and happy weekend. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Have a nice weekend.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Sudah selesai, Mbak?